up, everybody? I'm Asa, and to my lovely lefts, because you notice we have some new faces. Left is singular, lefts, I think, is plural. To my lovely lefts is...
Addison. I didn't know I was introducing myself.
Pay no attention to the man who took too long to say his own name. And my other left.
Josh.
Again, taking way too... Good gosh. And, of course...
The loveliest of all.
Oh,
fairest in the land.
The one who keeps bugging your eyeballs with his face. It's Andrew. We are Borderline Entertainment, bringing you your weekly game chat.
Oh.
And it's kind of sad because this is the end.
Not the movie.
Well,
No.
Yeah.
Just the...
Not the movie. Actually, you know what? The whole thing is misleading. This isn't the last episode. It's going to be a 3-parter because every great movie is broken up into 3 parts.
The trilogy.
Hashtag The Hobbit.
What?
That was a mistake.
Shots
You don't
fired.
think that was a mistake?
No, I do. I thought he was going to say
No.
that it wasn't, and I was going to say...
I'm like, why was The Hobbit broken up in 3 movies? It's 1 book. So this is kind of like The Hobbit of game chat.
No, it's not. No, this
Right.
is Lord of the Rings, and I'm Aragorn.
No, you're not. You're Bilbo.
What?
We're
Which one,
meeting you in Rivendell. We're leaving you there.
Because you get real scary for that one scene.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
I
Who's
peed a little
Frodo?
bit when that happened.
I forgot that.
What?
Who's Frodo?
No,
you
I'm
have
not
Frodo?
Frodo. I'm Aragorn.
More like Gimli.
No!
Yeah, word.
I was going to ask you how your week was, but I don't give a freaking crap. We do have 2 new faces, but they are other faces of Borderland Entertainment besides my beautiful mug
Right.
and then that guy. So I think it's important that you see our 2 other people and we get to know their points of view on some things. Like we said, this is going to be a 3-parter, but this is beckoning towards the end with the final episode the first week of April. Make sure that you don't miss a single one from here on out. And also while you're doing that, go to Patreon, right?
Yes.
We need your money.
Wow.
There's got to be a better way to say that.
Nope. At this point, I'm just laying it all out there,
Here we are.
flopping it in front of you, and I need you to pay for that. But you guys give us money, we make better stuff, and we do bigger stuff,
Yeah,
and then we
weird.
give it to you.
And you also get rewards for the tier that you sign up for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So basically, you are paying yourself. Think about that.
That's true.
Wow.
So in these 3 episodes, we want to kind of take a future look at 2017, so to
Right.
speak. But in splitting it up in 3 parts, we're going to do an episode for PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo. We're talking about PlayStation today, and we're going to kind of figure out what we think Sony's going to give us this year. And I wanted to start the conversation with, can PlayStation recover from the PS Pro fiasco in VR?
Yes.
That's good.
I
Well,
would imagine so.
Yes.
Yeah.
In case anybody missed it, and in case you guys missed it, the PS Pro came out last year. You might not have known that because nobody flipping cared.
We did for a little bit before it came out. We were like, oh, it's going to be
That's
super
because
cool.
it was like Neo, you know, and like we didn't know what it was. It was this big mystery. And then they did that horrible press conference, and we're like, this is it? It doesn't even do native 4K?
Wow.
It just upscale streams? That's no good. Doesn't even take 4K discs.
Yeah, I think Sony and everybody else for this matter is rushing consoles super fast now. I think we're pulling an apple. We're not enjoying the consoles like we used to back when PS1 came out. We had that for years, loved it, and then finally we got PS2, which was the biggest selling console in history, right? And now we've just got consoles after consoles, and I think it's like overbearing.
I don't know if the Pro was a smart move,
Right.
especially when the Xbox One S had just come out, and it did everything the Pro did, and it was not the Scorpio, which is what's coming out in the fall. So it's like, man, I really think Sony jumped the gun because they were trying to be Scorpio, but it was a waste of time.
The positive, I think, in this is I think there's a future for VR. I'm going to hold on. I'm going to grasp onto that tightly because I believe in it.
I believe in it too.
PlayStation boosted their VR unit, PlayStation VR, all the way up until release, and now where is it? I'm a believer too, but like, they're not doing anything with VR. Am I wrong?
They're not releasing.
Makes me sad.
Not releasing or commercials. They had PSX in December, and I'm pretty sure, off the top of my head, there were no major announcements for VR.
Maybe PlayStation just wants to be like middle of the road, everybody's console, technology for everybody, and they're going to let some other brand take over because I feel like that's a much higher end.
Yeah.
I couldn't afford to buy a VR anytime the next decade.
Yeah, we need to pull back to whether or not we think PS consoles can come back from the Pro and VR. And I guess Ace and I disagree. I don't know how you guys feel about this, that there's no way that PlayStation has dug themselves a hole that they can't get out of with the setbacks that they faced during the Pro and VR release.
I'm with Addison. I don't think it was a flub, but I don't think it was a big enough flub to be like, well, screw those guys. I'm never playing PlayStation again, because I'm solely Sony.
Yeah.
Right.
You've sold your soul.
I think it's almost like it was a small enough flub, you can make an argument that they were just testing the waters just to see what would happen.
Okay.
Like, it was almost like an expected flop, but they were going to see how it flopped.
I think it's important for companies to start experimenting and stop playing it so safe. But I don't know. I feel like their actions right now are playing it safe. You know, they took their chances with the announcements and the release, but now that they're out, they're not supporting it. It's literally the Vita all over again is what I'm afraid of.
Right.
That they came out with this revolutionary device, and then they stopped supporting it, both in advertisements and funding and projects, like all of it. I mean, the Vita is still alive with a very devout crowd and solely import games, but they had their big first-party releases at the beginning, and then they stopped.
Yeah.
That same thing is happening with VR.
I think PlayStation does something super important that Xbox necessarily doesn't do. I mean, we have exclusives for both games, or for both consoles, but I think Sony has a lot more in-depth titles and
Successful, maybe.
oh yes,
Yeah.
tons more successful.
Yeah.
And thus is why I think they're playing it safe.
Stop. You can't tie it back to you when they just blow your argument out of the
No!
water.
No! I will win this argument!
Here's my prediction for Sony.
Right.
I think that they are going to basically create the Matrix for us all to enter,
Wow.
and everyone's going to want to. I'm just saying. I think that they're going to take over the world.
Anybody out there hasn't read Ready Player One, definitely go read that, because that's exactly what I hope our world turns into.
Let's talk about PlayStation games in 2017.
Okay.
The games that
Where to
we
start?
know of, which I can't think of any off the top of my head for whatever reason, and then the games that we want to come out in 2017.
Kingdom Hearts. I hope it comes out soon.
That's never going to come out.
And I keep hoping every year. I'm like, this is it. This is the year.
No.
They've teased it for so long. Yeah, it'll be. I have a feeling.
Do we have trailers for that?
Yes.
Yeah, like ages ago. It means it's
End
going
of
to be.
I think it's an end of the
Last
year.
Guardian.
I think it's a winter 2017.
That's your prediction?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Kingdom
going
Hearts
fast.
3.
Winter 2017.
Like this year?
Out of nowhere.
You heard it here, folks. This guy thinks Kingdom Hearts 3, which we've had no solid substance in like 5 years, is coming out this winter.
Also,
I can get
Half-Life
behind
3.
that. I can-
Also,
oh, yeah.
also Half-Life 3 is coming out, even though Valve said they have no plans to
Spring
work on it.
2017.
Next week.
A title that I'm super excited for, because as soon as I played it, it climbed to my top 2 video games.
Wow.
Is The Last of Us 2.
Okay,
Part
I was
2.
hoping that's where you were
Yeah.
going.
Yes, I think it's going to be great, and I hope that it comes out this year.
It's not coming out this year.
Is it a winter 2017?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why would they drop a trailer that big and not give it to us this
Why
year?
would Kingdom Hearts do that?
Because Naughty Dog can. I don't think The Last of Us Part 2 is coming out until 2019. That's just my thoughts.
Oh my God.
Spring 2019.
This guy's an idiot.
I'm thinking Bloodborne 2
Oh.
is gonna at least be announced and then maybe coming out next year,
Spooky.
because they've been silent for a while.
Right.
So
But I feel like their community is still so hooked on these games, because they just did Bloodborne
Right.
not too long ago. People are still going nuts over that, because they did DLC
Yeah.
and then
the old hunters, we
Yeah.
need to play that.
I know.
I'm also excited for the Crash Bandicoot
ooh yes. I will be buying that the day
Remake?
it comes out.
Insane Trilogy. And lastly, hardware. Do you think they're gonna come out with any new hardware? We griped about the Pro at the beginning, or at least I did.
Yeah.
PlayStation gloves.
Haptic gloves.
You really? Wait a minute. Paired with VR?
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Yeah,
It's kinda
that's
like-
what I was gonna say. I think we could see expansions on VR because I think
Yes.
we're just now seeing the footholds of VR and it's struggling, but it's got to happen. Like
Yeah.
we're gonna
It's
see
just a matter of
expansions.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With anything, I mean, we're gonna see it happen.
My last prediction, and this is just, I mean, this is really up there, is PlayStation Classic. Because, Nintendo had the
Yeah.
NES Classic, and that was a huge hit.
Yeah.
Like, nostalgia is king. That's why we have remakes out the wazoo.
Yep.
Do you think we could get? No.
Nope. No, I don't think we'll see it.
So here's what's coming out this week. On March 21st, Mass Effect Andromeda. You're
Wow.
like, oh, I don't care what's coming out this week.
That's a big deal.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Huge deal.
Other games coming out the 21st is Everything for PS4. On March 23rd, Bye Bye Box Boy is coming to 3DS. Mario Sports Superstars 3DS, March 24th. And lastly, to round it out, on March 24th, coming to Oculus Rift is Rock Band VR, the game that nobody asked for.
Oh.
I feel like you stopped caring in the middle of that action.
Shut down.
What are we playing this weekend, if anything? I really need to catch up on Final Fantasy 15.
Playing several things. Ark,
Okay.
Solid.
Survival Evolved, and then Wildlands. And then, well, I might try to jump into Horizon Zero Dawn.
I just hooked up my NES.
Yes.
Ooh.
I am playing Donkey Kong. I've got a lot of binge where I just go through, see how high I can get.
I'm gonna try to convince Andrea to let me spend money on either Mass Effect or Horizon. I can't get both. I didn't ask you.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Please make sure you like, comment, follow, subscribe. Go to all of our pages and social networks and whatever. Stalk us there.
Yeah.
And we'll
Help
see you
us out
next
on
week.
Patreon.
Yes, Patreon. Please donate. Even $1 a month will help us greatly. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
We're done.
My chair
Yeah.
won't. Whoa.